Hello everyone. I wanted to come on here. I'm only going to do one card this week. It's a kind of like a cute interactive card, and I'm using the Jolly Delivery suite. And that is also, we're also using some of the paper from the North Pole Delivery. And mainly we're going to be cutting out some of these envelopes, okay? And we're going to use some of the die cut pieces. So here's the card we're making. And this is so cute because look, it flicks back and forth. They go back and forth. Isn't that just the cutest thing ever? So I'm going to show you how we make that. So we are going to start off with some basic white. And it's folded in half. And I will put the dimensions down in the description of the video. So we're going to fold that in half. Okay. And then we have a piece of pecan pie, which we'll just go ahead and attach that so we don't lose it. I can get it to work. Okay. And it's just going to go in here nice and snug around the edges. So then we have another piece of basic white, which I had already embossed with the plaid 3D embossing folder. So then the next thing we're going to do is we are going to lay out, I already cut out all of my envelopes. Make sure I didn't lose any. We are going to start with our bear, which is a die cut in the pack of paper. And then we're just going to kind of layer our packages up however we want to layer them. Or I guess they're envelopes, not packages. So we'll put them at a little bit of angles. Actually, let's do this. Brown, and then the red, and then the brown. Okay, now we want to make sure we're not going to come off the edge, which we're not. So the next thing you want to do is you want to get a piece of either the mask paper or you want to get some Post-it labels. And we are going to, and I already used this one, but I could use it again. We're going to put it right across here so that it holds everything in place. Okay, so we got that all in place. I should be able to pick it up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to lay it on our paper how we want it to be. So we're going to come up a little bit. There we go. Now we're going to take a pencil and we're going to make a little mark at the top envelope here. And then we're going to make another one at the bottom envelope. So you can see I have a pencil mark there and a pencil mark there. All right, so next thing we're going to do is you're going to get your piercing mat. And I did not bring my take your pick tool, but I have an attachment here, and you just need something sharp. You can even use the edge of your scissors if you want. And we're just going to punch a hole in these two spots. So now we have a hole here. That's for string to go through. So then you're going to get a piece of thin string. I think the thinnest I had was linen thread, so I'm going to use that. And we are going to make it a little bit longer. I'm always for make it a little extra and cut some off, then not long enough. Okay, now let's set this aside for a second, and we're going to bring this one back. We're going to lay our thread here like that, and then we're going to take our tear and tape, and we are just going to use it. We're not going to use it the double-sided. We're just going to use it single-sided, and we're going to tape this. Oh, just rip that off. Okay, let's get a new piece. Ugh. Okay, get it off my fingers. Okay, so we're going to take a piece of this tear tape and we are going to attach it to all of the pieces. So we're going to put a piece right there. And we're pretty much just tacking the string down to the pieces of the envelopes that we just staggered. So we're going to... Okay, just like that. Okay. Now you don't want to attach it down here because this is where the bear is. We can attach it to that first, that first envelope. So right there. All right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to run this through the holes. Like that. And then once you have it all the way through, we're going to tack it down in the back. At this point, you should be able to peel off your Post-it. Just be careful. There we go. And then we're going to string, oh, my bear came off, that's okay. All right, let me see if I can make my hole a little bit bigger. All right, the other one went in perfectly. Now we're having difficulties. I'm not usually this bad at threading something through. Let me see if I could try to do it this way. There we go. Okay. My bear fell off, which is okay. We can glue him down. We don't want him moving anyways. So let's glue this piece down. Now, I think there was a little tiny piece of the tear and tape right here. So let's see if we can cut it out. There we go. Okay. And then you can trim some of this off in the back. And we should be able to move, yes. So we're going to pop dot our bear on. But I also want to get him a little underneath this one. So let's kind of go like that. And then you want to just test it. If it's too tight, you can loosen it up a little bit, but it seems to be moving a little good enough. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to attach it to our card base. I'm just going to use the tear and tape because sometimes when I use the Stampin' Seal on an embossed piece, it doesn't want to stay on very well. So we'll just use some of that. Peel that paper off. And then we're going to attach it. Just like that. So there you have it. He moves back and forth. Cute. All right, so we got to do a little bit with the front. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the new 3 banner punch that is in the online exclusive right now that you can get. And we're going to take a piece of scrap paper and we're just going to punch them out. The other 2 we'll save for another time, another project. And then I'm going to use some pecan pie, and we're going to use the special delivery stamp, which I think is on a little crooked. So let's see if I can straighten it out. And we are going to, actually I'm going to use, no, we'll use this one. And I think I'm going to have it pointing the other direction this time. All right, so we're going to do that. And then what I'm going to do is on the inside, I'm going to stamp a couple of these paw prints. So we're going to just stamp them across the bottom a little bit. Oh, at an angle. There we go. Cute. And then if you want to put a sentiment on the inside, this is also from the Jolly Delivery Suite. Hope your Christmas is the most magical yet. All right, so that should be all of our stamping. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put some dimensionals on the back of our banner. So today is going to be a short video, but I wanted to make this one because I just saw it and I thought it was really cute. And we're going to put it down here. So there you have it, folks. Isn't that cute? An interactive Christmas card that sways back and forth. So let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll see you next time.